I'm in the process of fixing this compost because when I got here it was pretty stinky and gross. So I want to have compost to place on the trees to have the plants do well. So I'm adding some, because it was so wet, I've been researching. I'm not like an expert at this, but I'm attempting to fix the compost with putting nitrogen, like cardboard, into the wet compost, as well as I've taken it out, I've dried it, I've added manure, and I started a new compost to start right. So because here the soil is really good, but compost always helps if you're growing anything because things will just start growing. But today I was supposed to be writing. Today's a writing day, and it just made me and I had like some frustrating, because sometimes when you're like a creator in any way, things, it's like this. It's like this wet compost is how I feel about my creating today, because some days you just feel like nothing goes right when you're working for yourself. And then I was like, I need to take a break, so I figured I would record. And so for me, when I take a break, it's like my compost. Like I feel like my writing is like, I don't know, I'm writing an article for a blog, not for me, for somebody else. And it's like I'm new at writing, so it's hard. It's just like being a content creator online on YouTube. It's hard at first. It's like my whole compost. It's like, you think you're doing really well, and then it is soggy, wet, and stinky. So now I have to basically go back to the basics of what I know how to do and what not to do, and just restart. So this is me starting a new compost while fixing the other one, but focusing on what went wrong, how to be better, how to learn, and what to learn from it, because I don't know, I didn't grow up in the age of technology with everything, so it's like writing online, and being a writer is hard because that's not my nature. It takes a lot out of me to learn. So anyways, we're gonna just do some composting because I want to show you what I'm doing in the garden here, because a lot of my content is going to be probably focused around gardening again. I will be traveling, but not as much, because I'm trying to learn more things, and sometimes I feel like it's easier because gardening is something I grew up with, and I know it's so much easier for me to just do this. I want to transplant some tomatoes. I've been finding tomatoes all over the garden, random places, because when you thirst up here, it literally just grows. So yeah, this is my relaxation, is actually doing something that you can see, because sometimes when you write and create online, you can't see results for a long time. Like, I've been working on this channel for like 4 years, and finally it's getting some traction, but it's like, my friend tells me, he's like, you're just like persistent. I'm very persistent, and I will learn, but that doesn't mean it's not frustrating while learning, and learning how to do something that you've never thought you would ever be doing in your life. I'd rather be a gardener some days. Some days I'm like, I just like get my bees, sell some honey, grow some coffee trees, sell some coffee. That sounds more easy than me finishing this blog with like 1,000 edits, because it's stressing me out. So we're gonna tear up some paper for distraction. So getting them into small sizes is good. These are just egg cartons. You can plant in these also, and then it's all completely compostable. I learned this all by watching YouTube and reading. if you're a good gardener, you're probably like, that's too much dry. It's too much dry, but it might rain, it gets wet. So I'm gonna rather add more dry than wet, because I can always water it. I can always, because this is like already full and it's only been 2 days. So that's how much like fresh fruit and vegetables we go through to fix this. But this one over here was the one that was bad. And that stuff is all there now. And yeah, it still smells bad. I can smell it sitting here. But the goal is to put that right there in the ground, right there. And then turn this into a vermicompost. And turn this into just a bucket compost. There's a hole in the bottom, don't worry. And then we're gonna transplant some tomatoes. Yeah, and at the bottom of it is actually still too wet, because I don't know. This is like me trying to figure out it. Oh, let's see. Okay, let me see if I can fix it. Hopefully in like a few weeks I have a video of my fixed compost. This is just like the start. Okay, now we're just gonna transplant one little baby tomato plant. I already feel better, see? Look at its movement, working out, and doing something like productive always helps feel better. And then I can go back to my job. Oh, I'd rather, yeah. Who knows? Let's go do this. Okay, so I transplanted these two little guys. And the other two I planted the other day. But I read something online about grinding eggshells, drying grinding eggshells. And it's good for tomato plants. So the one looks really good. The big one, the little one, I don't know. I'll see. This is like experiments for me. I'm gonna watch and see what they need. Figure out, I don't know, researching how to plant and grow things is, for me, is my fun time. I did the compost, fix the compost. I am getting eaten by little fire ants. I know I'm supposed to be working in the garden with like long pants, whatever. But I have my hat. Okay, so yeah, that's what I do when I'm frustrated with work in the garden, because the garden never tells me I'm wrong. It just does. It doesn't survive if I mess up. Anyways, see you in the next video. Bye.